Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Ashish Kityo, aka Professor Cool. Today we will learn a very innovative concept of evolution. Have you ever heard about evolution of cotton? That is how cotton was domesticated from its wild ancestors. As you all know or may know that like all modern crops, the cotton plants that grow on farms today are descended from species that lived in the wild. And these species still live in the wild today. As shown in figure, the domesticated cotton has more plentiful and longer fibers that are more easily removed from the seed than wild varieties. These wild cousins are not all that different from domesticated cotton. They grow in warm, dry places, and they make a big poofy seed pods filled with seeds covered in long, silky fibers. Thousands of years ago, ancient people started using the fibers from these wild cotton plants. They spun them into ropes or yarn and wove them into fabric. Eventually, they began farming cotton. As early farmers did with many types of crops, they took advantage of natural variations. They noticed that some plants were more useful than others. Maybe their fibers were longer or stronger, which made a better yarn. Or maybe some made bigger seed pods with more fibers. The farmers knew that traits passed through seed from parent to offspring. So they collected seed from the best plants and used them for the next year's crop. Through selective breeding, they gradually developed a domesticated form that was even more useful. Genetic and archaeological evidence suggests that the 4 commercially grown species of cotton, and possibly a few others, were domesticated independently by at least 4 groups of people around the world as shown in the map, namely upland cotton, Pima cotton, Levant cotton, and tree cotton. People valued many of the same characteristics, so all domesticated cotton varieties look similar. But each group began with a different wild ancestor. That's why each type of domesticated cotton has some unique characteristics. For instance, Pima cotton has long, silky fibers, and upland cotton is known for its abundant yields. There is great mysterious genetics of cotton. Domesticated cotton species and their wild cousins all belong to the genus Gossypium. This genus has more than 50 diverse members, which live all around the world. They range from tree-sized plants in Mexico to small, shrubby plants with nearly bald seeds in Australia. Early on, plant biologists grouped plants into the Gossypium genus based on the traits that they had in common. They noted similarities in their leaves, branching pattern, flowers, and fruits. By the 1930s, DNA came into play. When geneticists started comparing Gossypium chromosomes under the microscope, they noticed something strange. As shown in figure, though the chromosomes were often vastly different in size between species, most had 13 pairs of chromosomes. But a handful of species in the Americas, including upland and Pima cotton, had 26 pairs. That's double what is typical of the genus. After further study, scientists learned that these species have 2 complete genomes. The genomes are very different in size, and they came from 2 distantly related parent species. One of the parent species lives in Africa, the other in the Americas. Researchers wanted to know, when and how did these 2 species, a vast ocean apart, get together? To understand this, we have to look at natural history of cotton in 5 steps. 1. All living Gossypium species share a common ancestor that lived in Africa about 5 to 10 million years ago. 2. The seeds of this ancestor spread across land and water, establishing new populations. 3. The descendants gradually change over time into different species, including A-genome species in Africa and D-genome species in the Americas. 4. After several million years of separation and independent evolution, an A-genome plant traveled across the ocean to the Americas. 5. It interbred with a D-genome plant to make an AD genome hybrid, the ancestor to both upland and Pima cotton. I hope this concept is helpful for you when even in future you will look at cotton in your life. Thank you so much for joining. We will again meet with more innovative concepts.